y'all. It's another Gettin Real with Ashleydawn. And this one is coming to you hot. It's coming in hot. It's coming in hot. It's coming in hot. Me and my sister girl, my friend, my ride or die, KiARA, last night we're talking. And listen, a lot of my videos start from me and her nickname's Sweetie. Everyone calls her Sweetie. From me and her talking. And it just inspires me. Like, it just sparks me up and it just gets me in the zone. Anyway, so last night we went to dinner. Love you, girl. Shout out KiARA. And we were talking about backbone, and we were talking about worth and identity and standing up for your stinking self. How that if you don't stand up for yourself, nobody else is going to do it for you. If you don't if you don't have your back, nobody else is going to have your back for you. And we were just talking about how so often we as women, you know, we want to serve and we want to help, and especially Christian women, we just want to always show God's love and show God's grace. And yes, that's important, but Jesus does not want us to be doormats to get walked on and to just allow people to continue to use us and to treat us unkind. We were talking about different situations in our lives where there have been, you know, men that haven't been sure if they wanted to be with us or not, haven't been sure how they felt about us or not. And she's like, I will not sit on the shelf. I will not sit here while you decide if you want a relationship with me or not. I will not sit here while you wait and you think if it's worth it or not for you. She's like, no. Right there tells me everything that I need to know. Right there tells me that you don't appreciate me, that you don't respect me, that you don't want to be in my life. And when listen, I told her last night, I was like, girl, you're like my therapist, because you just spit it true. And she's coming out with a podcast coming very soon, and I will link it, and I will share it on all my socials, because I just can't scream her name loud enough, because I just believe in her. We've been friends since high school, and I believed in her in high school, and every day since, I just believe in her more, because I see God's work in her. I see God's love. I see God's truth, and I see God's backbone in her, that she stands up for herself. And here's another thing about KiARA that I love. She stands up for the one she loves. She goes to bat for the one she loves. Like, if you're her family, you're her family, and nothing can come between that. Anyway, I love her. So we were just talking about that, and she's like, if a guy isn't sure about you, that's your answer right there. He is sure. If a guy is questioning whether or not he wants to be with you, that's your answer right there. He doesn't. You don't even need to ask, because he doesn't. He will show you how he feels about you. He will show you if he wants a relationship with you. Because here's the deal. If a man, and I use that term, a man, not a little boy, a man wants a relationship with you, he's going to stop at nothing to show you that, and to put in the effort, and to put in the work, and to let you know that he's for you. Men are natural wired hunters, so they're going to come after you. And, you know, obviously in a good way. Let's not talk about, you know, predators. But a man that loves you, a man that respects you, a man that cares about you is not going to have you questioning it. Is not going to have you questioning your worth or your value to him. I'm wearing a shirt. It says, "You're worth more than gold," and it's a song by Britt Nicole. It's one of my favorite. And she just talks about, like, know your worth. And last night, me and KiARA were just talking about it, and she was saying, she's like, we were talking, and I was like, you know, I have a ministry, and I teach girls, you know, to know their worth and to know their identity, and to never question how loved they are, to never, you know, that's why it's important for me to tell everyone you are seen, you are celebrated, you are loved, because I want them to know that. And she's like, yeah, but how often do you forget? And I was like, oh, that's a word. Yes, it's true. I spend so much time telling other people they're worthy, telling other people they're special. And we were talking about this one instance in particular where I was really trying to make someone see how special they were, and they just didn't see it. And she's like, girl, you lost yourself, and not necessarily myself, but you lost your identity in trying to pour into theirs. Like, you forgot how special you were when you were trying to make them feel special. And so often we do that. We try to make other people see how special they are and how valued they are. And in the meantime, we almost become like a doormat, and we let them walk all over us, and we let them disregard our feelings and disregard our emotions, and we don't stick up for ourselves. When someone isn't treating us right, we just kind of deal with it instead of saying, you know what? I deserve better than you're treating me. I deserve better than this. You're not treating me good. I don't like the way you're making me feel. I don't like the way you're treating me. And so often we're so focused on them that we forget about ourselves. And so me and KiARA were just talking about how so often we as women, we as Christian women, just want to help and want to serve and want to, but at the end of the day, you got to stick up for yourself. And we were joking around. I was like, this is the year of the backbone. Us Christian women need to stand up for ourselves, and we need to say when enough is enough. And we need to, yes, there's grace, but there's also when people abuse that grace. And there's also when people don't care about us. Like, their actions prove they just don't care about us. And a lot of times, when you're looking at the good, I posted a video the other day with my friend Carolina, that when you're looking at the good, sometimes you don't see that there's no effort behind that good, and that was another thing KiARA said last night. KiARA, why do I keep saying KiARA? KiARA. We were talking last night about everyone has potential. Everyone has potential to do good, and everyone has potential to do bad. It's their choice what they do with it. And I was like, girl, yes, you are so right. Everyone does have potential. And so often, we want to rosy glasses. I am so guilty of having rosy glasses towards the world, in that I only see the good. I only see the potential. I only see the celebratory moments. And, yes, life is tough and life is difficult, but I try not to focus on that, because when you focus on that, you can get bogged down really easily. And so we're talking about that, and she's like, everybody has a potential. Every guy, every boy has the potential to be a grown man that takes care of his family and takes care of his woman and takes care of his kids, if he has kids and if he has a woman. Every boy has that potential to grow into a man and to be a grown man, a full grown man that takes care of his, that respects his, that lays his life down, that is loyal, that is committed. She posted a thing on her Facebook the other day, like, where's loyalty? Where's commitment? Where's respect? Where's all that at? How did that get lost? And it seems like, in our generation, you look around, how many people are single? There's more people single than married. And unfortunately, a lot of the married ones are getting divorces. Why? Because people don't know what commitment is. They don't know what loyalty is. They don't know what choosing one person for the rest of your life looks like. And I'm not just saying staying married to stay married so you don't get a divorce. I'm saying laying your life down and pouring your love out on the person you chose to marry. Because I have a lot of friends that are married right now, and they're absolutely miserable, and their husband dogs them and they dog their husband. Listen, that's not a marriage. A marriage is, I'm going to lay my life down for you, and I'm trusting that you're going to lay your life down for me, that your body belongs to me, my body belongs to you, and we're going to protect each other because we love one another, because we care about one another, because we're committed, right? A lot of us women just kind of allow stuff to happen, and I'm not just saying it's women, it's men too. Men allow stuff to happen, and they don't stand up for themselves. And it's like, honey child, you got to get a backbone. Like KiARA, why do I keep messing that up? Said, like, last night, homie, you gotta get your life right. Like, if nobody's gonna get your life right for you, you better do it for yourself. If nobody's gonna have your back, you better have your back for yourself, because people will walk all over you day and night. If you're not gonna stand up for you, you're basically letting them know, here, you can walk all over me, that's fine. And they will. If they see that they can walk all over you, they will. They will continue to walk all over you. They will. You don't need people in your life that are walking all over you. Like, if I have somebody's back, I want to trust and believe that they got mine. I don't want to, and that was another thing we were talking about, you know, she's like, if I go a day without hearing from you, I just realize in my head, and I just realized in my head that you don't care about me. Because if you cared about me, I'd hear from you. And if I don't hear from you for a day, if you go a day without contacting me, then I know that I don't matter to you. Let alone 2 days or 3 days or a week or 2 weeks or a month. Like, I know that I don't matter to you. And that's fine. But once I realize that I don't matter to you, I will remove myself from your life. And I was like, girl, yes, that is a word. When somebody has to question if you matter or not to them, well, there's your answer. You don't. You don't. And if somebody makes you feel like you don't matter to them, well, maybe you shouldn't be a part of their life. You are a privilege. It is a whole dang privilege to be a part of your life. It is a whole dang privilege. And that was another thing KiARA said. KiARA. Why do I keep saying, oh, because I taught a little girl named KiARA. KiARA. I am so sorry. I keep messing up her name. It is early in the morning and I am all over the place. Anyway, KiARA said, she's like, what did she say? I forgot my train of thought. This is getting real, y'all. This is just what it is. So she was saying that, what the heck was she saying? She was saying that if you go a day without hearing from somebody, they don't care about you. Oh, and then she was saying that some people in your life don't deserve to know your name. They literally do not deserve to know your name because of the way they treat you. And then she went a step further and she said, and then the people that know you and ain't treating you right don't deserve to have your number. And she's like, you have to come to a point to where you start blocking and you start realizing, hey, you don't realize my value, so you're not allowed to be around it anymore. You don't realize my worth, so I'm gonna need you to get around. Like, you need to go somewhere. And I was like, she was just talking, and the girl has so much wisdom. Like, she's writing books, she's doing podcasts. God's using her in big ways. But she was just saying, like, some people in your life don't deserve to have your number. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't have access to you. And one of my ex-boyfriends from a long, long, long time ago used to tell me all the time, he's like, you need to watch out for yourself. You need to protect yourself more. And he'd tell me all the time, he's like, you need to protect your peace. Because I used to do a text message ministry where I texted encouragement every day, and a lot of people had access to me. And he would see when I would get hurt, he would see when I would get down, and he's like, Ashleydawn, babe, like, you can't let them get you down. You got to protect yourself. And I will say, like, obviously our relationship didn't work out, but there are so many things that he showed me in dating, the way that he loved me, the way that he laid his life down for me, that I still carry today, that I still hold a lot of gratefulness for. Like, he was a very good man, and I'm excited for him and his wife and his family, and I pray blessings over them. But I did realize that God had more for me than I was allowing myself to receive, in that he wanted to protect me, and he wanted to make sure that I was protected, from the things that were coming, against me. And he wanted me to know that he had my back, and that he was with me, and that he was for me, and that I was never alone. And it was just very, very, it was a safe relationship, in that he cared about my safety. He cared about where I was, what I was doing, who was in my life, who was influencing me, and he really cared. Anyway, take that same effort into your life. Who in your life really cares about your life? Who in your life is showing you, like, hey, protect your peace, protect the people that have access to you. Like what KiARA was saying last night was, everybody shouldn't get access to you. The people that don't appreciate you, the people that don't value you, they should not get access to you. And if they do have access to you and they're not appreciating it, if they're not reciprocating all the effort and attention and love you're pouring into them, into their life, well, then maybe you need to remove yourself from that situation, right? If they don't call you, they don't text you, if they aren't doing just as much as you're doing for them, that was another thing she said. She said, why do you think that they deserve all this, right? You're giving and giving and giving and giving and giving, and you're giving them all this, and you just believe that they deserve so much, but you don't believe that you deserve that much. Like, you should be receiving just as much as you're giving. You should be receiving just as much as you're pouring out. And if you are not, well, then maybe they don't appreciate it. Listen, this is the year of the backbone. This is the year that you stand up for yourself, that you realize what you're worth. If you're at a job and you're not getting paid well, how are you going to change that? By standing up, by putting your resume together, by going to your boss and saying, hey, I'm a great worker. I am a great employee, and I believe that I deserve more. Here's the list of why I think I deserve more. Here's how many years I've been with the company. Here's my track record. I would like a raise, right? If you don't do that for yourself, who's going to do that for you? Is your coworker going to, go to your boss and say, hey, I think Ashleydawn needs a raise? No, chances are your coworker's not going to do that. You got to do it for yourself. If you're maybe in a relationship, or not even a relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be an acquaintanceship, and somebody is not treating you well, you need to stand up for yourself and be like, hey, you're not treating me the way that I deserve to be treated. And if the tables were turned and I wasn't treating you well, I'd want you to come to me and tell me that. And you deserve more. I deserve more. KiARA. Why do I keep messing it up? Oh my goodness gracious. KiARA and I were just talking last night, and she's like, you deserve more. You deserve more from your friends. You deserve more from your relationships. You deserve more from your job. You deserve more. And if you don't believe you deserve more, nobody else will. You have to get it in your head that you deserve more, and then you have to go after it. You are worth more than gold, just like Britt Nicole sings about. But unless you stand up for yourself, unless you go after the things that you want, and you get rid of the things that you don't, you'll never know that, and you'll never understand that. I just want to encourage you today, stand up for yourself. Have a backbone. Don't let anybody get over on you to the point where they just think, oh, she'll never stick up for herself. I'll just keep using her. I'll just keep taking advantage of her. I'll just keep rubbing my feet on her. No. You are deserving of love, appreciation, affirmation. You're deserving of respect. You are deserving of everything that you give to other people. And that was another thing KiARA said. She said, you deserve everything that you're giving to somebody else. And I was like, you know what? You're darn right. Yes, I do. And I need to stop settling for crumbs when there's a whole dang feast waiting for me. If you're settling for crumbs, stop. There's a whole dang feast that's waiting for you. You deserve everything that you're giving out. You deserve everything that you're putting into others. You do. You deserve it. Why do you think they deserve it? Why are you doing it for them? Exactly. It needs to be done for you too. So, it's the year of the backbone. Thank you, KiARA. It's the year of the backbone. I'm going to stand up for myself in my friendships, friends that ain't treating me right, in my relationships or soon to be relationships. I'm going to stick up for myself in my job. It's a year of the backbone. I hope this encouraged you. KiARA, I'm so sorry for messing up your name like 100 times. I know your name. I know who you are. And I'm grateful for the, 20 years of friendship that I have been blessed with. And I hope that in our friendship, I pour out to you just as much as you pour out to me. I know that's a big order to fill because you pour out so stinking much. I'm so proud of you. Can't wait to see all the things that God does in and through you. You are a queen. And I love you and I appreciate you. And one day you're going to be on my Gettin Reals and the world will be able to see just how wise and humble and gracious and funny and loving and wonderful you really are. I love you, KiARA. And for everybody else, stand up for yourself. This is the year of the backbone. We need to get some t-shirts, get some, get some theme music going. Sierra the backbone. Yeah, yeah. Sierra the backbone. Yeah, yeah. Ah! Do not laugh at me, KiARA. She is a singer, rapper, lyricist, poet. So that'll make her laugh right there. I love y'all. More importantly, God loves you. You are seen, you are celebrated, and you are so loved. Don't let anyone make you feel less than, because you are more than, baby girl. You are more than, baby boy. You are deserving of a whole dang feast. Don't settle for crumbs. Catch you in the next one.